see Arsenal winning 2 straight, Chelsea beating West Ham 5-1, and we didn't hear any take about dark arts. It was Arsenal. We hear kana.
Because you don't do open play. You don't do open play. It's not because you've not won international trophy. You don't know how it feels. You can't even say it. Don't worry, God will do it for you.
Yeah, second week of the EPL League 2025-2022 season. See Arsenal winning 2 straight. Seeing Liverpool, picking 3 points at Anfield. And we saw what happened. Getting dominated by 10-man Newcastle. Chelsea, drawing at Stamford Bridge and also going away to West Ham, beating West Ham 5-1. Scoring 3 corner kicks. And we didn't hear any take about dark arts. And Chelsea scoring through corner kicks. We didn't hear anything like corner. We didn't hear it was Arsenal. We hear corner.
Because you don't do open play. You don't do open play. Let me rest.
Tottenham also defeated Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium 2-0. We're just going to look at all this. So the question I want to start with, potentially Isak joining Liverpool and Ehis joining Liverpool, potentially. We don't know yet, but we're beginning to hear rumors. Who has the best squad in the EPL at the moment as we speak?
Arsenal.
Anybody can take it.
Ehis, we know the answer is Arsenal. Why are you doing
Arsenal.
Why are you doing? What do you want us to say?
Chimamaka,
you have not said.
I was actually trying to think why
the World Club champions, World Cup champions.
He's not used to such trophies, I know.
It's not because you've not won international trophy. You don't know how it feels. You can't even say it. Don't worry, God will do it for you.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Chimamaka, do you know something interesting? Of all the teams in the Premier League that qualified for the Champions League, at least the top 4 were in pot 1 except Arsenal.
Exactly.
We saw Liverpool in pot 1. Man City just started playing in Europe, they're in pot 1. When they started doing coefficients, when they put all the real big boys, Arsenal had to enter pot 2 because no heritage, no pedigree.
Even the invitational tournament, if you want to, because I think it was the last 5 years, have you?
Yeah, about last 3 or 4
years.
So the thing is, the UEFA coefficient, we all know, has to do with the last 4 years, right? The bracket of the last 4 years. And when you look at Man City had done well in the last 4 years. Look at Liverpool.
Okay.
Despite the fact that they didn't, I think they were demoted into the Europa League, or they did not qualify for Champions League.
No.
What happened?
They didn't. No. They were supposed to be, but they used their corruption to get in there. But I get your points, actually.
Yeah,
the English teams that were in pot 1 have all won the Champions League in recent time. So I guess it means you have to be a winner of European trophies to be in that. Make no be like say my enter Champions League by mistake, we go there pot 1. Because that was just sad.
Which is not a shame. Like we all know. Banter aside, we know Arsenal has been in the rebuilding phase for the past 4 years. But easy.
I want to Bob the builder.
Yeah. We can all agree. Even the 2022-2023 season, that the Arsenal team were topping the league for over 75% of the season, or 80-something percent of the season. The Man City came from behind. Season prior, nobody ever predicted that Arsenal was going to contest for the league. So let's be truthful here. Let's be factual. Yes, I know banter makes football sweet, but let's be truthful to ourselves. 2021-2022, when Newcastle defeated Arsenal and Tottenham defeated Arsenal, and Arsenal couldn't qualify for the Champions League, they were calling them butlers. So nobody predicted that they will be contending for the EPL the following season. 2022-2023 seasons came, they blew everybody away, but they couldn't get over the finish line. Then it was I think that was phase 1, like the term it. But I'm not going to do all that nomenclature-ish. Looking at the question I asked, who has the best squad currently? I am not going to agree that Arsenal has the best squad currently. I'm going to
say Spurs.
No, I'm not going to say Spurs. I'm still going to tilt Liverpool.
Yeah, it's between
Liverpool,
Come on,
as
man.
we speak.
It's between Arsenal and
No.
Liverpool actually.
Come on, man.
It's between Arsenal and Liverpool.
No, I'm not even going to take.
How?
I'm not
How?
saying. Okay, let me just make my
That's-
point.
that's-
Let me
in my
make my
opinion,
point.
in my opinion,
No, let me make my
Arsenal
point.
has the most
You guys
Let me
complete
just.
squad, not the best.
No. Hold on, Chimamaka.
Chimamaka, you are talking. How many
Wait.
Liverpool players get into your lineup?
Hold on, Biola. Please, let me just lay the foundation so I can allow you guys to say your opinion. The angle I'm coming from is why I'm picking Liverpool is because currently, and this is my order: Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, then Arsenal in terms of who has the better score. So here is my. No, it's not mind games. The point is Liverpool. No. Hold on. I'm not trying to be mobile. So can you guys just hear my reason?
Okay,
Can I apply context?
I'm listening.
So the context here is Liverpool. If you look at the Liverpool squad, barring a kitty, whatever, barring Florian Wirtz and also Kekkers, the left fullback, they still have a core of the team that won the Premiership last season. So the winning mentality is there. They have it. That's just a potentially Isak and Ehis joining them. Isak has never won the Premiership, but they have a core of let's say 10 or 12 players that have tasted winning the Premiership. Manchester City, if you look at it also, we know they don't have the defense, but they have an Haaland who has won the Premiership twice. If I'm not mistaken, they have a core as well. Chelsea are currently in form from the back of the Club World Cup that he won, beating PSG. If you look at in current form, they've done it. They've won something. They've lifted a trophy. They understand how it feels to win. And look at the Arsenal squad. The Arsenal squad don't understand how it feels to win. I'm not saying they will not win. I'm not saying they will not. No. Coming from an Arsenal fan, you would know I'm being objective. We have not tasted. We have not tasted. I'm going to drop the mic. I'm going to drop the mic here. Arsenal has not tasted victory. The team, looking at Saliba, Gabriel, Saka, Odegaard, who again? Raya, looking at the core of the team, they have not tasted victory. I am not saying they cannot be victorious, or I'm not saying they will not achieve it. But in terms of squad, who has the best squad? That is my rating. Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal. I dropped the mic here.
I'll cut you there now. If you look at all these teams you mentioned, you discover that Arsenal is the only team there that has the most that have had the most consistent core in between. That Arsenal team.
Let me.
They have
Chimamaka, let me.
They have a unity. Now, with the Arsenal squad, what you would tell me is what they haven't achieved is winning a trophy to back up what they have. But if you talk about
exactly what I just said,
if you talk about
exactly what I just said,
of any
and that's my
team,
point.
If you talk about the strength of any team, they have it. If you talk about the core, the indebtedness of each player, they have it. Market has been going. Arsenal is still rebuilding, and it only tells you one thing: they are closer to that victory or to that trophy you're talking about. So if you're trying to shove them all the way from number 1 or to number 4, you are only trying to at least massage your ego as an Arsenal fan.
Exactly.
The truth is, Arsenal has the best squad presently as it stands in the EPL. Bar Issa.
Yeah, I think even Liverpool are in a rebuild phase. Let's be honest, Liverpool are in a rebuild phase. Man City are in a rebuild phase, right? And when the only thing I can say is that if Liverpool sign Ehis, Isak, and one more winger, probably if they go for one more winger, then I can argue that the league is theirs to lose. But if they don't get these three signings in, we saw what happened against Newcastle, right? I think Newcastle were complacent enough to say, "Oh, let's leave the 16-year-old boy on mark. You can't do anything." We all know that Rio is a talented player. If you watched Liverpool play over recent times, but they got lucky, right? They were 2-0. They went up against Crystal Palace twice. They conceded twice. They went up against Bournemouth twice, they conceded twice. They went up against Newcastle twice, they conceded twice. This is not a team that is exceptional. This is a team that they just know how to keep scoring goals, right? The day that they start shooting blanks, they'll most likely have problems. But you can't say the same again about Arsenal, right? Arsenal, they kept a clean sheet against Man United. They kept a clean sheet against Leeds. They tore Leeds apart. They didn't play well against Man United, but they got the result. That's a team that's looking like they will get the result. When Odegaard got injured, when Saka got injured, they brought in a 15-year-old with Eze in the stands. And you're telling me that Arsenal doesn't have the best team? Like, Max Dalman is 15 years. What's his name?
No, Biola, no.
This guy, what's his name? Waneri is 18 or 17. Yes, I agree. Miles Skelly is 18 or 19. Yes, I agree. But when you look at the quality that those players bring, right? If you're young enough, if you're good enough, if you're young enough, or regardless, you're good enough. They've been able to show it, right? You go to Chelsea. I feel like Chelsea is 3 injuries away from capitulating like they always do. I'm not saying that they don't have a good core, but like compared to Arsenal, come on. I mean, Maresca is already saying, "Oh, we need to sign a new defender because Liverpool is injured." That's just because it's spoiled. They have players. Because it's spoiled. They have players. But let's be honest, man.
No.
Arsenal for sure.
Perry, do you agree with my analogy? Do you agree?
I don't agree with it because I liked what
Fair enough.
Chimamaka said. Because you have the core that is closer to winning the title than every other person. You are the most consistent in terms of core. Liverpool is rebuilding, Man City is rebuilding, Chelsea is Chelsea, and that is why I think you have the best team. But when we sign Isak and Ehis, I still think we need some time to adapt. The only hypocrisy I see here is Biola saying, you're not playing well and you're winning games. I'm not playing well, I'm winning games, and all of a sudden that doesn't count when it's Liverpool. But I think Arsenal have the best team because of positionally. If you put 2 and 2, especially with the expected signing of Hincapi, which I love, is a player that can play both CB and left CB and left back. I think that puts them in a position to be a very, very formidable team, not just in the Premier League but in Europe as well. So yeah, and you still have Gabriel Jesus to come back.
Harry, I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm not being a hypocrite. You guys are actually playing well for half of your games, right? It's not like Arsenal are very consistent in the fact that they didn't play well at all in the Man United game, right? But against Leeds, they played very well.
It was abysmal.
Yeah.
Leeds, you could argue. Leeds, you could argue because of the level of preparedness they are just coming from the championship.
So exactly, that's my point.
You don't create excuses.
If I'm playing,
Arsenal only blew them away. It only tells you Arsenal is better. Truthfully, if Leeds are better,
no, I think at some point Leeds gave up. I think at some point Leeds gave up, and they just they do what you want to do.
It tells you one thing. It only tells you that Arsenal is nowhere in the class of United. If they Arsenal, look at what happened in that match is Arsenal only only picked up from where they left last season. They didn't tell you they are looking for just 3 points. They only went there to tell you they are going to beat this merciless guy, and they did. So it's only telling you they are continuing from where they stopped. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to tell you.
I played one more thing.
So this Arsenal.
Perry, Liverpool play well. Liverpool play well. You guys are just not. It's just a defense. It's just a defense that can. You guys play well.
You know, Bournemouth is an amazing team, and I play the Newcastle team. That is no pushover.
Newcastle, to be fair, Crystal Palace and Newcastle are tough teams.
That is also not a pushover with Eberechi Eze starting. So I look at that, I'm struggling, and I'm still winning. Let's
see what happens when you play Burnley.
By then, Isak would have settled, and the goals would have been
West Ham, or let's even say West Ham. Let me even give you West Ham. That's the team.
West Ham is.
Let's see what happens.
So I think let me just draw our minds back to 2023-2024 season, 2024-2025 season. The 2023 Liverpool were not all firing back then. It was between Arsenal and Man City, because Arsenal led apparently all through the season up until April, where Man City took over and won. Liverpool was not even in the mix. But 2023-2024 season, Liverpool was in the mix. We had Salah, Van Dijk, Konate. Majorly the core of the current Liverpool squad. It was a 3-horse race. Let's don't forget, it was a 3-horse race. So Liverpool was in there, thereabout, until I think February or March, where they couldn't keep up and they got blown away. It was now Man City, Arsenal. Last season, let's don't forget as well, Liverpool, the core of the team was also there last season, with Arne Slot coming in, doing his own tactics and getting Liverpool over the line to win the league. So 3 seasons, Liverpool as a team have that core that has been consistently playing in the Premiership and contesting for the league, even if they fall at about March, April. But last season they went over the line, and those core are still there, whereby they are adding. They're adding. The only thing here is you lose TAA, Trent Alexander-Arnold, right?
You lose Jota, you lose Nunes,
You lose
Diaz.
God rest his souls. God rest his soul, rather. You lose Diaz, you lose Nunes. We all know Liverpool, you never rated Nunes. Nunes is a
Robo
laughing
is
stock.
done.
Nunes
Don't forget, Robo is done.
Exactly. But hold on. Now, potentially, an Isak that knows the league, that knows how he works, that knows how he plays, is coming to join.
League games in 3 seasons. He has missed 36 league games. That's a whole season. So for me, Isak has only done 2 seasons in Newcastle, because if you miss 36 league games in 3 seasons, Biola, please, what should we call you?
Ehis will never agree. Ehis will never agree that Arsenal are the best team. Because he wants to say.
You will realize that the most consistent of the 3 teams in the past 3 years has been Arsenal. Have you looked at it?
You know that Arteta said this thing.
No, it
You know
hasn't.
Arteta said this thing.
No.
It
You are
hasn't.
laughing at me.
It has.
You know Arteta said this thing. You do an accumulation. If you do an accumulation of your points in the last 2 or 3 seasons, Arsenal are top of the league.
Exactly.
No, Man City is. We can quickly check it out. We can check it out. Come on now.
So I think Arteta is a liar. I think he's a fraud.
On Twitter, what's this? Wait. On Twitter, what's this thing that they use in labeling anything you put up? What's this thing? On X. The word just skipped me now. Whereby if they want to fact check community notes. Thank you. A community note was raised on what Arteta said. A community note, because if you do the cumulative of the points that have been garnered by these 3 teams, Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City has gained more points. Arsenal comes second. Then Liverpool.
Arsenal comes second. Arsenal comes second. At what point on the season do you start scattering the points? Because if you accumulate at the point where Arsenal started doing well, chances are Arsenal are top of the league, not Man City. And that's why
you're not going to do that now. You're not going to do that. No, Arteta was wrong, because when you look at it, 2022-2023 season, please hold on. 2022-2022 season. Yeah.
About that.
In the past 3 seasons,
can he be wrong about
that you mentioned? That your stats actually.
He was wrong, because Man City, Chimamaka, Man City has.
If you are going to garner points now, aside points, you have just one team in the mix that has been there consistently. It is either Liverpool is dropping and Man City is climbing, or Man City is dropping and Liverpool is climbing. There is an Arsenal in between.
Or Chelsea finds their way in.
One way or the other,
there
is an
one way or the other
in between. So you cannot take this out and expect that because these guys are grinding out, winning the trophy or winning the league, you will now rule Arsenal out. No. Now, what you will tell me?
No, I'm not ruling Arsenal out. I'm not ruling Arsenal out. No, I'm not ruling Arsenal out.
Yeah. We'll have this conversation all season.
Exactly. Because now, I totally
And you know the
agree with you.
problem,
When
you will
started,
say this, even if you finish second, you will say, but I told you so. And that's what you have been building up.
No,
This is the thing that women do when they want to prove their point. They start looking, you are doing this thing now. You will say that, oh, I told you, we didn't have the best team in the league. Liverpool had the best team in the league. That is why with Liverpool, Ehis,
we are
Mind
waiting for you
games.
in
have
front.
some
Mind
pride.
games.
We are
Mind
waiting for
games.
you
Have
in
some
front.
pride.
no.
If Arsenal don't win the league this year,
No.
if Arsenal don't win the league this year, you need to stack Arteta because there's no
Okay.
excuse.
Okay,
There's
yeah, I'm
no
on that
excuse.
page. I'm on that page. But you all
Not
will
to buy
agree.
Nkapi.
No. You all will agree with me. Please, you all will agree with me. Nkapi, Eze, who else? Nkapi, Eze, that could go.
Subimendi.
No, Nogard, yeah.
Pepper.
They are all hypothetical. They've not been proven. It's not been proven.
No.
You and I have a mutual friend. You and I have a mutual friend who is an Arsenal fan and a very good sports pundit to us. And we discussed Arsenal, and all he said was all Arsenal needs is to get a left-sided attack, and the deal is still. Then the trophy comes home. That is somebody who is also an Arsenal fan, and both of you we are all friends. We all are friends.
No, wait. Okay,
and
just.
he
I
is
just
telling
want to ask a question. Okay.
Shoot.
I just want to ask a question. A Zoboslai, McAllister, and Gravenberch. We've seen them across the season. We've seen them across 2 seasons, right? The first season. No, hold on. Please correct me if I'm wrong. We've seen them compete with Manchester City and Arsenal. They fell off, right? The following season, they were there again. They did it, right? We're seeing something that is factual, backed with facts. They've done it. But the Arsenal midfield, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Rice, have not in any way, shape or form gone through a long season of 38 games to the extent of competing. I don't know if you get my point. I am not saying they cannot do it. I am please, just listen to me very well. That's what I'm saying. I know, but you can
That's why you have no guard. Who can
exactly.
stick
But the point
up.
I'm trying to make is we can see Liverpool, that base have done it. They've gone across the line via the leadership of Van Dijk. But the Arsenal team, yes, granted, we're bringing players in that can elevate the team. It's still potential. It's still hypothetical. We've not seen it happen. We've just gone 2 games. Please, we've gone 2 games. The first game, the entire footballing world was on the back of Arsenal and said we played shabbily, praising Manchester United. Like I just said, Leeds United gaining promotion, maybe still trying to find their foot. They gave up, like you said, after we scored the first or the second goal and we're able to run them riot. I don't know what I'm going to see at Anfield. But fingers crossed, I hope these guys materialize into generating the result. But as we speak at the moment, Liverpool has the team that have been there, done it, won it. But the Arsenal team don't have it. Haven't won it.
The names you mentioned, I don't know, Perry, please tell me, just call me back if I'm wrong. Gravenberch, I think he's just spent 1 season in Liverpool. Or is this?
No, it's true.
He has done
This
2
is
already.
his true
He has completed 2 already.
His first season, he wasn't really
Now they have
playing.
4. That's
First season, he
understandable.
wasn't playing.
Well, before the Gravenberch came into play, they also had a team, or they had a midfield pair. I don't know if you understand. What Liverpool did was strength, which is what Arsenal is.
I we lost him.
Now, you have Arsenal as a team.
Okay, he's gonna come in. Yeah, Perry, you wanted to say something. He's gonna come back.
Sincerely, what just quickly, what I wanted to say is one, I understand your argument. I buy into it, but I don't buy into it fully. You say you have a team that hasn't played together fully well, a core. you are not looking at the fact that Liverpool thrive off the way we play our fullbacks, and we are trying to play a different style. Um, we have lost creativity in Trent Alexander-Arnold. We have brought in Kekes and Frimpong, and then we also have brought in Florian Wirtz, who is now going to be the creative source. Yes, we still have Salah. We have an entirely new striker, two new strikers to be precise. One very injury prone, one has never played in the league before, very young. If you ask me, if I look at Arsenal, I would say you have a few new players in some places, but I would say you have a stronger core. You would have, why do I say so? So you have a centre back pairing that just like Konate and Van Dijk is long. You have full backs that have been there a while: Ben White, Timber, Martin Lewis Kelly. Am I missing someone? Calafiori, who played last season. In your midfield, you have some new faces. You have Norgard and you have Zubimendi, fine, but you still have Declan Rice. You still have Martin Odegaard in the core of the midfield. Just like we are bringing in Isak, you are bringing in Eze, but you still have Martinelli, you still have Leandro Trossard, you still have Gabriel Jesus, who is training again. Unfortunately, Havertz is injured. You still have Bukayo Saka. I have called more new players for Liverpool than your team. What happened with Liverpool last season is what happened with Arsenal 2022-23, but the difference is we had winners in that team, so that's why we're able to push it over the line. But if you ask me, I would still go the strongest team, Arsenal, second
Very.
Liverpool, and Man City.
Barry, can I say something? Can I just add one more point? When you look at all these teams, right? If you look at their starting 11s, Liverpool have 4 new players in their starting 11s. They've got Frimpong, Kekes, Wirtz, Ekitike. If you bring in Isak, who knows? It may be 5. He may shoehorn Ekitike into left wing, right? Man City, they got Tijani Reinders, they got Reinhard Nuri, they got a new goalkeeper. And they brought in what's his name? Ryan Cherky, right? Who probably may or may not be a starter. The only players that are walking into that Arsenal starting 11 are Gyökeres and Zubimendi. And don't say it's like we're not looking at players who will not start in any other team. Gyökeres doesn't start in only Man City, probably. Who knows? Right? Zubimendi starts in every team in the league. That's the truth. He starts in every team in the league. So at the end of the day, you've brought in 2 players, not even as many as these other teams, who actually improve your starting 11, which means that the players who used to start before now have to be on the bench. And then God help us if Eze2 comes and improves that left wing. There's no excuse. There's no excuse.
For me, I don't see Eze as a left winger. In my own opinion, I don't see Eze as a left winger.
I'm even saying that, like, just for the sake of this argument, like, let's say he comes in and starts in left wing. But having a player like Eze on your bench, is that not wickedness?
Even worse.
Is it not wickedness?
You don't see Eze as a left winger, you see Eze as a central attacking midfielder who is going to rotate and replace with Odegaard. It means that, because the problem and the complaint of some Arsenal fans is that sometimes Odegaard last season wasn't as creative as it could be. Trossard carried
because of the injury.
Yeah, Trossard carried Martinelli's weight last season. It's still the same Trossard. Martinelli might come good. I'm not presuming. And if both of them function, Eze can still play there. Wow.
And don't even forget that if they sell Martinelli by mistake, do you know what happens? They'll go and buy Rodrigo, because why not?
They won't, but
why not? Then we'll now be hearing, Arsenal are not that good.
And it's not a bad thing. It's okay to know you have the best squad. But I know what happens. Expectations come, and being Arsenal, you won't meet those expectations. And I understand how that. But you should be proud of the project, the everlasting project that you are building. You are a successful club. You're a profitable club now. Are you a champion? Are you a title winner? This season, I don't know. I tipped you, but I don't know with how you have started with how you played Manchester United.
So in your order, Perry. Sorry, Biola. In your order, Perry.
Arsenal have the best team. Liverpool second. Manchester City third, and then surprise, Manchester United.
Oh, so you don't even rate Chelsea?
I like.
You don't rate Chelsea?
I don't understand Chelsea. Example. Chelsea is buying Garnacho. Chelsea also want to buy This guy.
Xavi Simons.
No, not Simon. Someone else. Femi Lopez from Barcelona.
I mean, Lopez.
Yes,
Yeah, I saw
yes,
Fermin Lopez as
yes.
well.
So I'm not going to go with that. That's not football. When I look at that's why I'm telling Biola sincerely, it's not banter. That I feel that there's a lot of overreaction and it's getting to Amorim, which makes me doubt him. That's the only reason. But if I look at that team and I look at, for once, Manchester United could bring off quality and bring on quality. When I say quality, I'm not saying half bread. You say Garnacho is the future. No, I'm talking of Brian Bemo. See the goal he scored, classic. I'm thinking of the fact that, yeah, they have problems in the midfield. Nobody's going to disagree with that. And they have signed, I'm talking because I know the deal will be concluded, a new goalkeeper. So if I look at Manchester United's team and I look at positionally, I look at the league, I think they have the fourth best
So,
squad
Perry,
in the league. Yes.
you rate Manchester United squad more than that of Chelsea.
Yes, I do.
So let's keep
Hey,
it.
I don't
So
even
the
know
old world,
Chelsea.
the old world
I
team.
think
Hold on, no.
I
I don't
think
even
I think
know
the only
Chelsea
thing
defenders. Who are like centre backs? Who are Chelsea centre backs? Today is Chalobah, tomorrow is
so they've
Kobe,
got
next is
Chaluba,
Fofana, next
tomorrow
is
is
no, I
Tosin,
don't do that.
next thing is
Biola,
Fofana is Cole.
Biola, your own rating in terms of who has the best squad
And
currently in the EPL.
let me be honest with you, right? I think the only team that has, and it's probably because of my bias, I could probably even be wrong, but the only team that has a better squad than Arsenal in the world is Barcelona. And this is just because of my Barca bias. I could be wrong, right? Arsenal undoubtedly have the best squad in the league. I agree with Perry's hierarchy. The only difference is I take out Man United and I put in Chelsea. I'm not putting Spurs in there because they haven't signed Xavi Simons and a left back. But if they get in another one more fullback and they bring in Xavi Simons into that team, I could argue that Spurs probably have a better squad than Chelsea. But I mean, you guys by far, have the best team to compete, right? And look, Eze is what's his name? Saka is injured, right? He's probably not going to play the Liverpool game. But you've got Madueke who can come in. You've got Eze who can come in. He may be young, but Waneri can put in a shift in that left wing. You're not really going to miss Eze the way you would have missed him. I mean, sorry, Saka. You won't miss Saka the way you'd have missed him 2 seasons ago. Probably even the way you missed him last season. And that counts for a lot. That counts for a lot. If Salah gets injured, Liverpool are going to panic. That's the truth. If Van Dijk gets injured, Liverpool are going to panic. Palmer, we saw when Palmer's form dipped last season, the whole Chelsea form dipped. Man City couldn't do much without Haaland scoring goals. But you've got the core. You've got the core. You'll be fine.
Everybody's opinionated. I get the squad depth. I understand that fact. But in terms of where I'm coming from, in terms of who has the best squad, that's the squad that has the ability to get over the line. And that's why I'm tipping Liverpool, because they've done it. They've been there before. And that's why I'm also tipping Manchester City next, because they have a madman who is a manager who can flip. Just the flip of a switch can turn things. Some may argue that he's lost that gem, but you still need to give him his respect, give him his dues, because he's a good manager. And also Chelsea, current team in form, looking at how they've come from the back of last season, going to the Club World Cup, winning, defeating PSG, that manner, and how they've started and the players they have. In just my own opinion, from the angle of title winning, the Arsenal team has not won. Until they win, why not? I'll back them up.
Okay.